It's happened to all of us from time to time. We're driving down the street when something so unusual, so odd, passes us by that we do a double take. What is that? Who designed it? And sometimes even, why would someone buy that? This is exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and also make sure to press the bell icon for more updates. Number 1. 1960 Fiat Jolly 600. It seems like the 60s was a ripe time for all kinds of automotive experimentation because now we're taking a look at Italian giants Fiat's Jolly 600. Fiat saw the need for an Italian car that was small, stylish, and practical for the clogged streets of Rome, so the Fiat 600 was born. But some people weren't satisfied with the iconic little bubble car. They wanted something jollier that reminds you of a golf cart, so they got it. It was called the Fiat Jolly. They've become incredibly valuable, selling at auction for more than $150,000 apiece. Number 2. 1959 Cadillac Cyclone. If there's ever a car we'd want to see hit the production line, it would be the 1959 Cadillac Cyclone. This futuristic piece of automotive brilliance was the brainchild of General Motors' vice president, Earl Harley. He wanted to create his dream car to mark the end of an era. It was built on a 104-inch wheelbase chassis with an all-wheel independent suspension. It had a rear-mounted automotive transaxle and a front-mounted 390-inch cubed engine. Strangely enough, the exhaust wasn't at the back. It was positioned ahead of the front wheels. It had sliding electric doors and an automatic opener for the canopy. Number 3. Bond Bug. With the peel on the road, the British weren't entirely done with trying to make tiny cars yet. The Reliant Motor Company came up with the Bond Bug. It was just the name of a company that Reliant bought out and used as branding. The cars had 3 wheels but were surprisingly fast, able to reach 76 miles per hour. The coloring and marketing were targeted at young people with a sales pitch that was fun to drive. They were produced between 1970 and 1974, became a national joke, and were surprisingly popular. Number 4. 1961 Messerschmitt KR200. The 1961 Messerschmitt KR200 is another tiny little car from the 60s. This bubble car was also known as the cabinet roller or cabin scooter. The car was marketed in the US, which was pretty ambitious when most Americans wanted to drive cars the size of cruise ships that could do 180 miles per hour through a desert and considered handling of the week. Engaging reverse involved setting the entire 2-stroke engine in reverse, giving 4 reverse gears. The 3-wheeled car could do 65 miles per hour. Still, it cost over $1,000, so it was far from cheap. Number 5. Aeromobile. As more and more companies learn how to make their cars fly, we're beginning to see more concepts hit the market. The Aeromobile model is turning heads, and we like what we see. This Slovakian startup company produced a sleek and stylish flying car worth a whopping $1.6 million. But don't worry if you're short on cash. You could also buy an entry-level model for just $1.3 million. Quick flips up your couch cushions and find that loose change per Aeromobile is only producing 500 of them. The Automobile 4.0 flying car was first shown to the public at the Paris Le Bourget Airport in June 2017. Number 6. Maybach Excelero. The Maybach Excelero is a one-of-a-kind high-performance car made by Stola and Daimler Chrysler, launched in 2005. The vehicle was specifically designed to showcase a Goodyear Specialist high-performance tire range capable of functioning at speeds of more than 225 miles per hour. The car has a pretty striking design with a vast grille reminiscent of the cars of the 1930s and 40s. The whole vibe is very much a 1940 supercar with chrome and red leather trim. Number 7. The Amphicar. In the early 1960s, the Western German car maker decided that roads were not enough. He wanted to drive up to the water and keep going, so the Amphicar was born and launched at the New York Auto Show in 1961. This crazy vehicle was in production until 1965, with almost 4,000 of them made by the Quartz Group inspired by the Volkswagen Schweiger translation people's car. Number 8. The Tramontana XTR. This sports car has been fully inspired by wide-open racing cars like you might see in F1 or an Indy car built by the advanced design Tramontana in Girona, Spain. The concept was launched at the 2005 Geneva Motor Show and has since entered production. It has a 5.5-liter Mercedes-Benz V12 mid-mounted which produces 710 horsepower. A top speed of 202 miles per hour is possible, which has gotta feel pretty intense in an open-wheel sports car like driving a go-kart at the rate of a Porsche 911. Only 12 a year are manufactured. Number 9. Ferrari 5125. At Ferrari, back then, people wanted something different from all the rest. In the case of the Ferrari 5125 Medulla, incredibly diverse, admittedly, the wedge style would be mastered by Lotus and Lancia. Still, Ferrari's attempt was the beginning of a brave new world. It was the only one to make a concept for the 1970 Geneva Motor Show. Still, thanks to movie director James Gilkenhouse, it's been restored and runs once again. People were amazed then, and it's still amazing now. It's not all about the looks, as this car could allegedly hit 60 miles per hour in just over 30 seconds and cross the 200 miles per hour barrier at top speed. Number 10. The Wind Explorer. How often do you complain about the price of the gas? Well, maybe you need to stop complaining and start taking action. Which is precisely what Dirk Gian and Stefan Zimmer did. Traveling 3,107 miles, the TV host and engineer from Germany spent just 13, and it wasn't even on fuel. The pair traveled across Australia from Albany to Sydney in a lightweight electric vehicle called the Wind Explorer. The car was powered by the wind with electricity generating wind turbines and kites. The 441-pound vehicle includes a battery pack and has a carbon fiber and aluminum frame with sports bicycle tires. The lithium-ion battery pack charges overnight with a wind turbine when conditions allow. Number 11. Double-faced truck. There are a lot of things you can say about Chevrolet, and a lot of those things might not always be entirely complimentary. But one thing you can say about Chevy is that they make a damn good truck. This double-faced truck by Chevrolet is actually two Silverados that are welded together front to front on one side. The engine has been removed, so there's some truck space in the end, but you'll have to remember which end, that is every time you drive it. Otherwise, you won't be going very far. Number 12. The Thorium. It can often feel like you've just filled your car with gas, and then it's nearly empty again. It's a never-ending cycle of spending money to get to where you earn it. But what if you could fill up once and then never again? That's what one company is proposing with a vehicle that runs on thorium fuel. Thorium is a dense material that is around 20 million times more energy than coal of the same size. As a result, the vehicle would most likely outlive you on a single fuel tank. Number 13. Louf Electric. Louf Electric was France's contribution to the world of weird little cars. It was a visionary electric car produced at a time when gasoline was practically inaccessible to the average person. The body was made of plexiglass and aluminum and weighed almost nothing, although aluminum was even rarer than fuel at the time. Number 14. The Devil 16. When you're considering what engine to put in your sports car, there are a lot of people who will tell you that a V8 is the way to go. There are plenty of advantages to having a V8. Oh, and the sound. We all love the sound, but if you're from Dubai and money is just a bottomless pit that can never be exhausted, why not slam two V8s in your new car and call it a V16? Hell, why not throw in two twin turbos as well and have a quad-turbo V16 supercar that can rustle up 5,000 horsepower and make 320 miles per hour? Number 15. 100-foot-long stretch limo. It's not only about picking an unlikely car, but seeing just how far you can go. And one guy has surely beaten the record by making the first 100 feet stretch limousine to ask the driver to pull over so you can use the bathroom would require a megaphone. This Cadillac has an incredible 26 wheels, as well as sleeping areas, 2 driver cabs, a jacuzzi, a pool, and a deck, and even a helipad cornering could have been an issue, but the car is hinged in the middle, so it's able to actually drive around most streets. That's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We'll meet again very soon. See ya!